Hi folks, it's me, Heidi Heilig, your Epic Reads book wrecking author in residence, back with more amazing book recommendations for the new year. Now, I don't know about you, but for the New Year's, many people decide to try to tackle some New Year's resolutions. Anything from volunteer more to learn a new recipe every month. People love to set their intentions for the new year. So I have 5 book recommendations paired with 5 popular New Year's resolutions. First up, The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. Clara is a prankster, and if you are too, sometimes you know that pranks go horribly wrong. So after such an event at a school dance, Clara's dad sentences her to spending what was supposed to be a fun summer working at her family business, which is a Korean, Brazilian fusion food truck where every dish sounds mouth-wateringly amazing, by the way. But while doing her penance alongside her uptight classmate Rose and a boy seriously named Hamlet, Clara starts to realize that maybe Rose isn't so bad, and maybe Hamlet is kind of cute, and maybe there's more to life than being a hilarious but sometimes obnoxious kid. So if your goal is to laugh more in the new year or to turn over a new leaf, you should definitely read The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. Speaking of food, any book by Adi Al-Said is good enough to eat, but my favorite is North of Happy. Not least because the chapters are interspersed with wonderful looking recipes. The story follows Carlos, a wealthy, privileged, but very well-behaved teenager who goes to an international school in Mexico City. He is very different from his older brother Felix, who just wanted to drop out of college and live his life as a rambling man. But when Felix is tragically killed, Carlos starts to hear his voice, pushing him to follow his dreams of becoming a famous chef instead of his parents' plans. So he buys a one-way ticket to the US, where he gets a job working for a chef he totally admires. But it's pretty hot in the kitchen, not least because he's starting to fall for his boss's daughter. So if your resolution is to be daring, to follow your dreams, or even just to cook more, the book you need to read is North of Happy. The next book is a bit older, so I'm really glad I found it. The Summer Prince by Elena Dawn Johnson. Set in a post-apocalyptic Brazil where high tech meets traditions including ritual sacrifice, June just wants to make her name and her fame as an artist. But her dreams of fame are catapulted into high gear when she meets and starts to fall for the new Summer King, Enki. Everyone adores him, and he's also fated to die. Together, June and Enki stage stunning works of revolutionary artwork under the heavy hand of a restrictive government. They also fall deeper and deeper in love. If your New Year's resolution is to make art or to live passionately, you need to read The Summer Prince by Elena Dawn Johnson. Next up, this one is so lovely and strange, Hole in the Middle by Kendra Fortmeyer. This story is about Morgan, another up-and-coming artist. But her shtick is that she has a strange condition from birth that results in a perfectly circular hole in the middle of her stomach. She's been poked and prodded by doctors all her life, and so she's understandably pretty shy about scrutiny. But that all changes the day she decides to go dance at a club and decide, what the heck? Off with that shapeless sweater. Now, someone takes a picture and it goes viral, resulting in a whole new round of stress, but also some newfound fame for her artwork, and the discovery of a boy who has an equal and opposite protrusion on his stomach. This is a weird and wonderful little book, and if your resolution is to embrace your quirks and feel comfortable in your skin, you need to read Hole in the Middle by Kendra Fortmeyer. Last up, something else also weird and wondrous, The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Shawn Hutchison. Have you ever wanted a funny book about the end of the world? Shawn has got you covered. The titular character is the product of a virgin birth, which scientists explain away by citing parthenogenesis, which is normal only in plants and lower organisms. But what they can't explain is how Elena can heal her crush after a gunshot, and then how the shooter is raptured into the clouds moments later. As the miracles continue, as does the sweet FF relationship, Elena starts to realize that maybe the apocalypse is here, and she also could be the one to stop it. If your resolution is to find humor and hope in the worst situations, or even just to be the kind of person who wants to save the world when you think it's probably going to end anyway, you should definitely read The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Shawn Hutchinson. If your resolution is to find hope and humor in the worst situations, or even just to be the kind of person who wants to try to save the world even when you're pretty sure it's going to end anyway, The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza is the book for you. There you have it. 5 books to suit 5 different New Year's resolutions. Then again, you can always just resolve to read more books, and then any book works. Have you ever read a book for a New Year's resolution? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on Epic Reads.